Hello everyone and welcome to AstrAna's channel and to this episode, which will be about how the sky is today. It will be a kind of 2020 ramble again because I feel the need to explain to you that in case you thought that the second part of 2020 would be lighter and easier, I really hate to be the bearer of bad news, but that won't be the case, and I will try to explain that by the sky astrologically. Okay, so we all know that 2020 has been possibly the toughest year we had so far. No one was expecting it. And the reason the sky gives us for that was that when all went crazy in March, it became very solid, this conjunction a bit. So all the planets I'm going to mention were so together that forms a conjunction. And these planets were Saturn, Pluto, Jupiter, and Mars. 4 planets in Capricorn, dictating the last year of Earth, of this 200-year cycle. And this conjunction, well, we can't explain really how it's related, but now the astrological tendency is to link that with the exploitation of the coronavirus, because well, when there are these huge conjunctions, it means something is about to happen. And for example, in March, there was this conjunction in Capricorn, and Capricorn is about structures and the status quo. It's a public sign, and everyone went to the opposite side, which is Cancer. So everybody had to stay home with their families, and that's a very Cancer theme. And when that conjunction happened in Cancer, it was the Second World War, so everyone had to go to the outside to fight. So everybody went to Capricorn. But what I wanted to speak now is about the fact that yes, in Mars there was this conjunction, and there's still this conjunction throughout the whole year. But now, some days ago, the planet Mars has been, well, it is a fastest planet than the other one, so it now has reached to the point where Mars is in Aries. So it is home. Mars is the ruler of Aries, but it is making a square with the rest of the conjunction that it's still in Capricorn. So whenever you have a square, this represents a huge tension. So it presents kind of an aggressiveness towards the rules of Saturn, the expansion of Jupiter, and the death and rebirth of Pluto. So things are not going to be easier the second part of the year. I'm sorry to tell you that, but that's the message, at least I get from the sky. Okay, there is this other thing I would like you to focus on, and this has to do with your natal chart. So if you compare your natal chart with the sky right now, and you know that in the sky right now there's this big conjunction in Capricorn, you have to look at your own chart and see where Capricorn is located, because that's the areas where you will have more of this change, of this death, and of this rebirth. So the house, look at where the Capricorn sign is, and then you see which house it is located on. And depending on the house, depends on the theme of your life, the most change, and where is most hard with the most rules that it's happening right now. So in order to give you an example, because my ascendant is Capricorn, that means that that conjunction, that evil conjunction, it is on house number 1. And house number 1 is individuality and our own physical body. It is the house of the eye. So I've realized that's where most of the changes occurring this year are happening, to me, to myself, because this is when you intersect the sky of this year with your own natal chart. And because the opposite is Cancer, so the planets are here in Capricorn, and I have lots of planets in Cancer, let's just say this is a very interchangeable and messing around with a lot of stuff regarding myself. So, but nonetheless, it will make changes in everyone. So take a look where Capricorn is located in your chart, and you see that there you will have a lot of change. It doesn't matter if it's in the first house of the individuality, if it's on the second house of talent and money, third house of communication and transport, fourth house, family themes, fifth house, house of fun, but also house of kids. So if you're having problems with that, well, the planets are passing there. For example, on house 6, the house of service, routine, and health, you will have to change things in that house. House number 7 would be the house of the other. So your relationships with the others maybe are not so great right now. It doesn't mean that everything will eventually be improved after this year. Everything will be changed, but change is like growing up. It takes a toll on us. It's hard. But when you have the conscience that you are going through these processes, it kind of helps you accept what is happening. And you see that there are some areas in which you have to evolve in. Okay, let's go back to the houses. So if it's on house number 8, it has to do with intimacy and your most profound intimate relationships. So if you have Capricorn on that area, it means there is a revolution on that part of your life. House number 9, it will refer to your studies and your travels. So definitely the way you travel is changing for everyone, but for some people it kind of seems to hit them harder than for others. Maybe some people are better and more conscious, and they accept better the fact that it's not safe to travel right now, but for some other people it takes a harder toll on them. Then you have house number 10, which is your career. So that is the house associated with Capricorn. So if you have planets there, it means there is a revolution going there. And when I say revolution, it doesn't mean that it's going to be so bad that everything will turn to shit. No, it's just a growing up process, and that usually it's not a pleasurable one. Don't you remember when you were a kid and you turn into a teenagers and all the hormones were going crazy and everything is growing in your body? It's also not an easy process, and well, that's why teenagers are teenagers. But then again, house number 11, it will refer to friends and communities, so you can also have changes in there. And house number 12, it will have to do with spirituality and volunteering, I would say. So take a look at your map, see where you have Capricorn, and see if it makes sense to you that either a small or a huge revolution is taking place there. Because again, some people are more conscious of some things, some others, and well, basically that's what I wanted to say. Because, well, for Capricorn, people who have important planets on Capricorn, Cancer, and also Aries and Libra, this year it's going to be hard on them. And next year, some other years, it will be hard on other signs. So don't feel that these are the poor guys. No, but I can say for myself, Cancer with Capricorn ascendant, I am feeling the revolution inside me. So, well, thank you for listening to this crazy ramble 2020, kind of crazy. And, well, thank you very much. And please comment how do you feel about this, because this is happening and globally and all over the world, but of course it also affects us on an individual uh, terms, and that's where I think we have to work on first. We If we want to change the world and what's happening, first we have to work on ourselves, because it is kind of a reflection, isn't it? Okay, see you next episode, and thank you so much. Bye bye.